We felt like we were gonna win. Whoa, Josiah! Hey everyone, so the purpose of this video is to reach out to you guys and tell you what the plans are for 2022. I know we've got a ton of comments on why people aren't seeing my name on the Formula Drift Pro Spec driver list. And I'm here to tell you a couple of reasons why we are not going to be running Formula Drift this year and what we are doing, because we have a lot of huge plans for this season, and it's going to be a really exciting year. So to start, I'm extremely humbled that enough people care what is going on with us this season that we decided to make this video. So let's cover everything that's going to be going on. First off, last year's recap. I competed in Formula Drift Pro Spec during the height of COVID-19, and coming from Canada, there was a lot of challenges. We paired up with Drift HQ, which I'm extremely grateful for, and we're going to be working with them probably for the rest of time. We have a very good relationship with them. They sell a lot of our products. You can buy anything that we sell off of their website, and it really makes international and US orders easier, as we just ship them a bunch of our products so that they can distribute it from the US and cut costs for the customer ultimately. So last year's recap, we did 4 rounds of Formula Drift, and then we did 2 events outside of Formula Drift, 1 Clutch Kickers and 1 Adam LZ Invitational, for a total of 6 rounds. And for us, that is not a lot of driving. We had a lot of space between Formula Drift rounds, and it made it very difficult to arrive and drive with basically no practice in between. Most of the tracks here in Canada were closed, plus I did not have my car. It was in Florida at the Adam LZ compound. What's up guys? We are here at the Adam LZ compound again. I'm here to pick up my car and to drive at the Adam LZ Invitational. I would fly in or drive to the events, get in my car, 2 months I haven't driven, and then I'm supposed to go and compete at the highest level of drifting. We're just trying to work through the tire consumption issues. So once we figure that out, I think we'll be good. This was a challenge because I had no opportunities to drive the car in between rounds, and obviously that is going to affect the performance. So overall, we finished 9th. We had a really strong finish in New Jersey where we were top 4, and then every round we were a top 16 driver, except for 1. And it put us in a good spot. Like, we definitely didn't disappoint in terms of the reasons why we may have gotten out. It was always due to some silly mistake or the 1 round specifically that we did the worst at. Everybody was sick with COVID. It was just me, Donnie, and then Joel, our media guy, and then our other driver, Alex Schlegel, and we were trying to make that team work with basically nobody. Our main mechanic was gone. Our cook was gone, our support team, everybody was gone. So that round was extremely difficult to compete at and feel comfortable. We had some mechanical issues with the car causing us to miss practice, and I was rewiring the fuel pumps and all kinds of stuff that made that difficult. And 1 round just like that, if we had have not gotten out in the top 32, it would have put us in like 6th place or something. So it's all minor details that really affected how we did, but as a rookie, to be finishing top 10, given all the circumstances, we did extremely well. What we're going to be doing this year is focusing on a lot of seat time, and we're going to be focusing on networking, ROI for our business, as we're going to be the main sponsor in our program. FDF Race Shop is going to be on the door of the car. It's going to be the primary goal for this year, and with that comes more events, more PR events like Hyperfest, Grid Life. We're doing a full season of Clutch Kickers, where we are teaming up strategically with Nate Hamilton, who is the owner of 144 Print House. He's been around for a long time, coolest guy ever, really good driver, very similar setup to my car with a Rowdy NA V8 engine. And with this pairing, he's also going to be running all of our products, so our cars are going to be very similar, very comparable. We're going to be able to really bounce ideas off of each other and push each other to the limit, where we are going to find out what our limits are, and we're going to see results from it. We're also teaming up with Tire Streets, and we're going to be running Accelera tires. I can thank my friend Austin for setting us up with that and getting us covered for tires. And it's going to be great because Nate Hamilton's on the same tires, and we're really going to be able to dial in our setups. And I'm really looking forward to doing all of that with him and also with my own team. Going into these events, we've made the investment to bring in our own media guys, our own crew members, and everyone that we're familiar with. We think that we can put together a team, and the end goal is down the road venturing back into Formula Drift. Pro 1 is for as a business, and the reason why I'm doing this is the only option. I don't think I would be doing Pro Spec again. And then the other reason why we're doing these is because we're allowed to run a larger tire as well. We can run any size in these series and at these events, where in Pro Spec you are limited to a 255 tire. And why is this important? Well, because when you jump to Pro 1 level, you're going to be running a 295, a 305, a 315, whatever the tire may be. It's going to be big and it's going to be fast. And that jump from doing just 4 rounds of Pro Spec on a 255 and then the following year to jump up to a 295 and doing 8 rounds, it's huge. We're going to be doing around 8 to 10 rounds this year. We're going to be running the same 285 Accelera 651 100 treadwear tire, and it's just going to be a lot of really good seat time, a lot of really good networking. We're going to build relationships. We're going to set ourselves up for success before trying to make that jump in Formula Drift. And there is a couple other reasons why we're not doing Formula Drift logistically. It made sense because the car that we have currently has a pedal box, it has a steering column. This is mostly due to my height. I'm 6'5", so getting a column that's long enough with pedals far enough away is the reason why I have always put pedal boxes and steering columns in pretty much any car I've ever had. And for that to not be something that's allowed didn't make sense to me. As a company that makes products for these cars, I had made some products that were not allowed for logistical reasons, and this would have been like a rear subframe brace for the S chassis, as they have a bending issue on the subframe of an S14, S13, S15. They all have the same problem where the traction arm mount can bend. And I made a solution for this, and it wasn't allowed for no really good reason. There is no performance advantage to having things like this. Plus, we would have had to change our engine management system, which would have been totally doable, but just in the time frame and for the reasons, I was already on the edge of being 50-50 with going back, and all of these regulations for the car to be changed ultimately pushed me off the edge to not compete in Formula Drift. And the experience was amazing. I love the guys there. I love the environment. It's an amazing environment to be in. Everybody's friends. You're competing with awesome guys and girls, and it's a lot of fun. Like, I had a ton of fun there. For me, it's more of a vacation than it is stressful. My life is usually extremely stressful with what I have going on, and going to F Formula Drift was a blast. So it's nothing to do with not having a good time. It is pretty much just, I think, what is the right decision for us this year. Another exciting bit of news is that we are building another pro level car. It's going to be a C6 Corvette. We've been doing a bunch of work on it. We've been posting on YouTube, making Winner's quick change mounts, fitting up a front mount transmission, and developing more and more products for these cars using this chassis. That is going to be the next pro level car that I will be running. The S14 will be retired as a practice car, and I will always have it and I will always use it. And it's a great chassis, it's a great car. I don't think I could ever sell it. It has too much value to me sentimentally. But the Corvette is ultimately is a much better chassis to build on. It has a lot more potential. Just to stay within the regulations, that chassis is so much better out of the box that's going to be what we'll be running in the following years. It is yet to be determined what we'll be doing in 2023. We're going to really see how successful we are this year in competition, in business, in selling products ultimately. One of the cool things about Clutch Kickers and all these other series is that easily half of the drivers are on FDF products. So being there and being able to talk to these guys and being able to assist them if they need anything, compete with them door to door, it's really, really amazing to be there. I'm extremely humbled by this opportunity to compete, team up with awesome guys like Nate, and ultimately just have what I feel is going to be an extremely fun year as well as a very productive year. As everybody knows, in motorsport racing, sponsors are extremely important to the program and its ability to succeed and afford and do all that stuff. So I'm going to announce the sponsors that we handpicked this year. We wanted to go with a lot less sponsors with a lot more value so that we could really focus on helping them with their ROI as well as them helping us so that we can build relationships with these companies. One of the first guys that we went on with, again, was FabMac Industries. They do all of the engine work on our engine. We actually added nitrous this year, so we're going to be pushing another 100 to 150 horsepower on top of what we had last year. We'll be doing all that testing, tuning, and we'll show you the video of that coming up this weekend. Another sponsor that we picked up just this year, which made a lot of sense for us, was BC Racing. We sell a ton of coilovers through our website for all kinds of setups. It makes a lot of sense when we sell angle kits and suspension that the next question is what coilovers should we run. So it's really easy for us to promote a brand that we can run, that we can show off, and then we can ultimately sell directly to consumer. That's pretty unique for us. We definitely use that as an advantage for a driver, where I'm able to do that through my company. Another huge sponsor that came on board with us this year was Tire Streets. Everybody knows how important tires are with drifting. It is the most important part of drifting. Tires are everything. Right now we're doing ride-alongs, so I'm putting on my Accelera 285 651s, and we're gonna check tire life, we're gonna see how the grip is and all that good stuff. I'm really excited to be backed by a company that is, in my opinion, the best distributor for tires. And we're going to be running the Accelera 651 100 treadwear tires, 285 in the rear. Currently their largest option. If they go bigger, I'm going to run them as well. They're going to be essential to our program this year, and it's been super easy to work with them so far. We even paired up with them, and because we have the ability to laser cut, water jet cut, do whatever, we made some stencils for them that they're going to be distributing to their other sponsored drivers. We're able to really show off the Accelera brand by stenciling and spray painting the words on the tires. You know, drifting, the tires are so consumable. You can just put the stencil on, spray it on. It's great to work with companies where we can really bounce ideas off of each other and make things happen. That is what makes this so exciting, working with sponsors and having my company right behind me, able to do things immediately as a return on investment to them. A fourth sponsor that we paired up with was Cosmos Racing. Always love their wheels. They're the easiest to mount, they're the best to use, they're strong, they're light. I've been running them for a while on multiple different cars and I love them. So we partnered up with Cosmos Racing this year so that we could be supported by another amazing company. We're going to be running white XT06R wheels. They're an aggressive looking wheel with a low offset in a 9.5 inch wide wheel, which for the front and the rear is going to serve for great spares, and it's going to support that 285 tire really well. It's not going to be stretched or anything, so the tire should stay on even if I do some nasty dirt drops or something, which is definitely going to happen. Well, it shouldn't happen at Clutch Kickers. There isn't too many places to do that. But anyways, the wheel's going to support what we're running perfectly. It's going to fit our body kit really well, and we're still able to adjust from there because the wheel's not too wide. We can use some spacers to dial in some grip, and we can change some things. So I'm excited to be with Cosmos Racing once again. Working with Nate Hamilton at 144 Print House. They did the full design for our wrap. This is just a straight up trade partnership where he's going to be running our products. We're going to bounce ideas off of each other, and we're going to try to improve each other as much as we can this year. This is going to be a great relationship. Drift HQ is another sponsor. Obviously, we're partnering up with Drift HQ again because of simply the partnership that we have together on the business side and on the driver side and on the friendship side. These guys are like family to me. I love spending time with them. I love going to Florida and hanging out with them. I would never run a car and not support them on it. So I'm always grateful to have Drift HQ on the door, and I'm super thankful for all the help that they've given me over the years. They've really helped us as a business. They've helped me as an individual become what I am today and what the business is today. So they are a very important sponsorship that is on the car. Another obvious sponsor, which I didn't bother putting first, but ultimately it is the main sponsor, is my own company, FTF Race Shop. It was really important for me to build up a program with my ability to help other companies succeed on the car. That's why Drift HQ was my main sponsor last year. But this year, we're in a position as a company to support ourselves in this program. So we are going to be the main sponsor this year, and we are going to promote ourselves on our own car for the first time as much as possible in the US and in that market. So the car is going to look very aggressive. It's got a lot of themes, completely surrounded by FTF Race Shop, the Mantis angle, and the Mantis itself. Maybe one of the questions in one of the videos will be, why a Mantis? Why did that come up with? It's a lot simpler than what you would think. There's nothing personal that I have with a praying mantis, but that can be another video that we talk about for sure. The last sponsor I want to talk about is Lone Star Customs. This is the guy that does all of our stickers, all of our wrap jobs, all of pretty much everything that comes with making these designs a reality and then being able to deliver them to customers. We're always giving him stuff short notice, and he always pulls through. He's right up the road. He's like 20 minutes away. Super cool guy, the most positive guy I've ever met in my whole life. And his energy is really easy to be around. I love working with him, and he's currently working on my car right now as we're pushing him to finish it in a couple days. Don't know many other people that would be okay with this, but we're always on a time crunch. We're always trying to get things done super fast, and I just have full confidence that he's able to do it, and he always comes through. So I have no problems working with him, and I recommend him to literally everybody. That he's a local company, so anyone local, go to him. You'll never be disappointed. But that's it for this video. Right now we are 11 days out before we have to leave for Drift Week. I completely forgot to mention that in what we're doing in 2022. That's huge. We decided to do Drift Week because of the relations, because of how many people are running FTF products on it, and because we spend so much time as a business in drifting that we really need to try and enjoy it with these guys that we constantly are supporting. It's something that we miss. It's something that we missed a bunch because of COVID. And this is going to be an opportunity for us to enjoy the sport, appreciate why we do this in the first place, because sometimes you can forget. And that's in 11 days. So we really got to get going. The content may be a bit light because of how busy we are. We've got to get our orders down on shipping. We've got to prepare 2 cars to go in the US, and we're driving our C6 Corvette, and we'll be driving our S14 because some of the tracks require a roll cage. It's going to be an opportunity to get some seat time before we head to Clutch Kickers at the end of April. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you guys for even being interested enough to ask these questions enough that we felt the need to make a video. It's super cool that we get to be in this position where people are genuinely interested in what we're doing, and they enjoy our content. Jack's amazing behind the camera and editing these videos. Our channel has even more potential than what I thought it does. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support on subscribing, the support on watching and sharing. It's all amazing. So thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Leave questions in the comments. We will do our best to answer them. See you guys in the next video.